I'm just writing down all the objections in this.
Quit it. Yeah, John.
I was literally about to take also, they never asked me how to introduce yourself. Oh yeah. Also, they were performing for me. They were performing for your house. I went there for 2 days. Okay, so you know what the code was about when I was going to hey, her timeline is off because he like also checked out she couldn't call she couldn't go to 602 because they had to Katie. Sorry. I think we should get some. Like, this is don't try. The one who cried after this one, just I'm sorry. I feel so bad because I always feel like Anthony Rainbow
We only got 2 minutes.
I was trying to hide myself while I'm taking a nap. I just kind of wake up. Wait, yeah. I'm just gonna sleep for a whole I'm on computer. Maybe I can hide in my sleep. And then when they leave, they will. I don't want to be in the quiet room.
All right, children, somebody close the door. Take your seats. RA, we're in courtroom. Defense, I understand you're putting on a trial. Call your first witness.
We called to stand here.
Ms. Calvin, please take the stand. You've been sworn in.
Please state your name to the jury.
My name is Jordan Calvin.
What is your occupation?
I'm the regional manager of Gas and Go.
How would you describe Alex's behavior towards other customers?
Alex is quite polite to our customers, and he's also known for being nice to other people and customers.
So, would you say that Alex is a hard worker?
Yes, Alex is very hardworking, and I would say that he is a hard worker.
So, has Alex ever spoken to you about his classmates?
Yes, he talks about his classmates and how how they behave and stuff, and how he is enjoying his time at Prairie Lake Preparatory Academy.
How does he speak about them?
He talks very nicely about them. He doesn't say anything negative. He's always being polite about them and not being rude.
Has Alex ever mentioned Carly Walsh?
Yes, Alex has mentioned Carly Walsh a couple of times, talking about how he's always striving to be the best because of Carly, and how she makes him push himself harder.
Have you ever seen Alex acting violently?
No, I've never witnessed Alex being violent towards anyone or anything.
How long did Alex stay to work at the Gas and Go on May 18th?
Alex stayed from 4:30 to 10:40.
During the time that Alex was at work, did he purchase anything?
I did not witness him purchasing anything because I was at the back calling security companies.
So about what time did Alex clock out?
Alex clocked out about 10:40.
So were you aware that Alex had been taken into custody at 11:40 on May 18th?
No, until the police came knocking on my door the next day that Alex had been taken into custody.
How did you react when you found out that Carly Walsh had died in the dorm fire that Alex had supposedly caused?
I was quite shocked because I've never known Alex to be a violent person, and I don't believe he would do such a thing, and that I was quite sad because he always mentioned Carly as a friend.
So had he ever talked to you about any feuds with Carly?
No, he only said that Carly made him push himself harder to do the best he can.
No further questions.
Alright. Last examination? You're gonna, wait, you wanna start your cross? You got it?
Oh, yes, please. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, you can go.
Please state your names so the jury can hear.
My name is Jordan Calvin.
Correct. You did weekly checkups with each store, correct?
Yes,
You talked individually with each employee, correct?
yes, yes I did.
You talked with the defendant individually, correct?
Yes,
During finals, the defendant had a drastic change of behavior, correct?
no, not that I noticed.
During finals, the defendant had a change of behavior, correct?
No, not that I noticed.
During finals, Alex appeared stressed to you.
Yes, because he wanted to be the top of his class.
The store closest to Prairie Lake was missing a gas canister, correct?
I didn't check this either and at the store at that time, so I don't know.
On May 18th, 2018, someone purchased a single gallon of gasoline, correct?
Yes,
The same amount of gasoline used to start the fire, correct?
yes,
In your affidavit, you stated that Alex and Carly were friends, correct?
yes,
Alex and Carly were friends in junior year, correct?
yes.
You do not actually know whether the defendant and Carly Walsh were friends, correct?
No, I do not, but I trust Alex will never lie to me.
You have not actually seen the defendant and Carly Walsh together, correct?
No, I have not.
You do not actually know whether they were friendly towards each other, correct?
No, but Alex will not lie to me.
In your affidavit, you mentioned that Alex said, "But if someone gets in my way and takes my money, I don't know what I'll do," correct?
Yes, yes I did.
Carly Walsh was in the defendant's way of getting the Williamson scholarship, correct?
Yes.
If the questions.
Alright. Will there be a redirect on this witness?
No.
Alright. Miss Calvin, you are excused with court's thanks. Thank you. Alright. Defense, any further witnesses?
We call to the stand Alex Buckley.
Alright. Mr. Buckley, please take the stand. Alright.
Can you please state your name to the jury?
I am Alex Buckley.
Tell us a little about your life, Mr. Buckley.
I grew up with, for as long as I can remember, my mom was the only adult around. My dad left, so it was just me, my mom, and my younger brother.
What are your goals?
My goals are just to be able to get into a good college so I can provide for my mom and my little brother.
How has this trial affected those goals?
It has squandered them greatly. It has basically ruined my chance of getting into Stanford with the Williamson Scholarship.
What was your relationship to Carly Walsh?
Carly and I, at one point, would study together, but when word of the Williamson came around, she started to just kind of stop, and she acted a lot differently towards me.
Did this relationship change at any time?
Yeah, she kind of started to act differently towards me, and she became a lot more competitive.
Would Carly say anything to you?
Just sly remarks. Like, I remember one time, it was after a calculus test, I believe. She scored higher than me and then called me a sore loser, which caused me to punch a wall out of anger.
What do you do in your free time?
Work and study, sometimes both at the same time.
You mentioned work. How was work the night of May 18th?
It was slow. I was sitting there just studying until late. Someone who, Todd Larkin came in and he ended up asking for a gallon of gas, and I gave him the loaner can of gas so he could fill it up.
Was there anything off about Todd?
Other than like he hadn't been around that area for a while, and that he was wearing gloves in the middle of May, which I thought was weird. Other than that, no, not really.
After work, what happened the night of May 18th?
After work, so I clocked out at about 10:40. I leave the gas station about 10:45. I go and head to the student union because after debating with myself if I should go to dance or get something to eat at a fast food place, I decided to go to student union. And on my way there, I walk past like the Lincoln dorms, and I end up smelling smoke, and I just thought, oh, someone at the dance overburnt their popcorn or something. But upon walking by there, a police officer asked me to hand them my phone. I did. I unlocked it and handed it to them, and they ended up taking me into custody.
And how long did it take for them to arrest you?
About an hour.
No further questions.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright, you may proceed.
Well, Mr. Buckley, I'm going to ask you a few questions about your relationship with Carly Walsh.
Okay.
Okay, so you've known Carly since freshman year, correct?
Yes.
So you would say that Carly's academically gifted.
Yes.
You would say that you yourself are academically gifted.
Yes. I would.
Okay. So you said in your affidavit that it hurt to watch Carly take away your future. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. So you said that you knew Carly had the money to go to any college or university she wanted to, correct?
Correct.
Now, I'm sorry. Mr. Buckley, can you confirm that you told Hayden Rodriguez on April 25th, 2018 at 10:35 a.m. that, and I quote, I can come by around 3:35, but unless you have a way to get Carly Walsh out of the picture, there isn't much to talk about. Can you confirm this?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, now, Mr. Buckley, can you also confirm that you told Hayden Rodriguez on May 17th, 2018 at 8:57 p.m. that, and I quote, "I spent too much time this year letting Carly Walsh get-"
Objection, Your Honor. Sorry, Rule 802. Here's it.
Okay, response?
I'm just confirming with the witness that he told Mr. Hayden Rodriguez these things.
Okay, who's on the stand?
Mr. Alex Buckley.
Okay. How is this hearsay?
Wasn't this from the emails
Okay,
exchange?
yeah, I understand, but
Yes.
how is this hearsay?
This is hearsay because it is an out-of-court statement brought into court to prove to the matter.
Alright, counsel, why is this admissible?
Wait, excuse me.
Why is this admissible?
The question.
Yes.
I'm only confirming with him that he told Mr. Hayden Rodriguez. This is not from the event. This is not what Hayden Rodriguez said.
Counsel,
Sorry.
speak to me.
Oh, sorry. I'm only confirming that that is what the witness told Mr. Hayden Rodriguez. I'm not asking the witness what Mr. Hayden Rodriguez said to him.
Okay,
And this has already been entered in the evidence.
have the emails been entered into evidence? No?
No.
Okay.
Yes, they have.
The emails have been entered into
Yes.
evidence? Alright. Any response then?
That's a question, Your Honor.
Yes.
If it is already been moved into evidence, can they freely use it?
Yes. Okay. Overrule.
I proceed.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, now to finish my question, Mr. Booker, can you also confirm that you told Mr. Hayden Rodriguez on May 17th, 2018 at 8:57 p.m. that, and I quote, "I spent too much time this year letting Carly Walsh get the best of me, and all I really needed to do was take matters into my own hands." Can you confirm this?
Oh, I can confirm that I said that, but I don't remember what time I said it.
Excuse me?
I do not remember what time I said it, but I can confirm that I did say it.
Okay, thank you. So you also said that in that same email, after this weekend, Carly Walsh, you said in that same email that after this, and I quote, "After this weekend, Carly Walsh won't matter to me at all." Can you confirm this?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. Now, so, Mr. Buckley, just to be clear, you told Mr. Hayden Rodriguez that after this weekend, Mrs. Walsh won't matter to you anymore. That you spent too much time letting Carly Walsh get the best of you. All you really need to do is take matters into your own hands. That unless you have a way to get, then you also told him that unless you have a way to get Carly Walsh out of the picture, then there's not much to talk about. You also said that you believed that Carly could go to any college she wanted, and that it hurt to watch her take your future away from her. Away from you. Can you confirm all this?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Now, Mr. Book, I'm going to ask you a few questions about yourself and your job, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So you work at Gas and Go, correct?
Correct.
You work as a shift supervisor, am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. So the security cameras were not working that week.
Correct.
So this, you run cross country, correct?
Correct.
Now, sorry, you would say that in cross country, it's a sport in which they train you to run long distances in short amounts of time, correct?
The type I did was short distance, not long. Relatively short distance.
Mr. Buckley, cross country is running long distances.
Oh yeah, I was confused with that.
Okay, thank you. Now, Mr. Buckley, you got off work at 10:40 p.m., correct?
Correct.
Now, how far away is your dorm from the Gas and Go?
About 15, 20 minutes.
No, I'm asking for a distance, sir.
I believe about a mile.
Okay. So, Mr. Buckley, you run cross country. They train you to run long distances in cross country in a short amount of time. Your dorm is only about a mile away. And according to previous witness testimony, sorry, never mind. But yes, you said that indeed that your dorm is a mile away from the Gas and Go, that you run cross country. That in cross country, they train you to run long distances in short amounts of time. Correct?
Correct.
Could you, sorry, never mind. No, I'm going to ask you a few questions about the night of the incident, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Buckley, you said earlier that you work at Gas and Go, correct?
Correct.
you would say that a person that works at a gas station would have easy access to a gas container, right? So, Mr. Buckley, your fingerprints were found on the gas container that was left at the scene. Are you aware of this?
Yes, my friends already handed the container to Tom.
Okay, yeah, but Mr. Buckley, your fingerprints were found on the gas container that was left at the scene.
Correct.
Okay. So, Mr. Buckley, can you also confirm that the Gas and Go uniforms consist of a yellow colored shirt and dark colored pants?
Yes, I can.
Okay, and you are aware that earlier in Miss Dakota Pope's testimony, she said that she saw an individual running away in a yellow colored shirt and dark pants. Can you confirm this?
Yes, I can.
Now, Mr. Buckley, can you also confirm that you were arrested wearing a yellow colored shirt and dark pants?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so Mr. Buckley, so you work at a gas station, so you have easy access to the gas container, correct? So then you also, your fingerprints were found on the gas container that was left at the scene.
Correct.
You work at a gas station.
Correct.
The Gas and Go uniforms consist of a yellow colored shirt and dark pants.
Correct.
You were, this Dakota Post testimony, she saw a person running away from the scene in yellow colored shirt and dark pants.
Correct.
And you were arrested. You were arrested wearing a yellow colored shirt and dark pants.
Correct.
So you can confirm all of your previous statements?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. That'll be all.
All right, thank you. Defense, will there be a redirect on this witness?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Buckley, you are excused for the court's thanks. Please return to counsel table. All right, defense, do you have another witness?
Yes, Your Honor. May we call to the stand, Kennedy Felder?
All right, Ms. Felder, please take the stand. I understand that you have already been sworn in.
And then I proceed? No.
No? I'll tell you when you can. Go ahead.
Hello, please introduce yourself to the jury.
Hi, my name is Kennedy Felder.
Okay. Can you please tell me your qualifications?
I am a criminal profiler and I work for the National Center for the Analysis of Violent Crime, also known as the NCADC.
Your Honor, at this time, can we establish that this witness is an expert in their field?
Have you, okay, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
No? All right, what field specifically?
Criminal profiling?
Criminal profiling? Any objection to foundation?
Regulated foundation? No.
Are you telling me you're objecting to foundation?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not laid foundation.
Great. Response?
I have laid that foundation. She said that she works for National Center for Criminal Profiling.
Okay, I'm gonna need more foundation than that. So the objection is sustained until you lay the foundation that she is an expert in the field.
Can you please tell me more of your qualifications?
Well, I've worked for the NCADC for about 2 decades, and I have a BA in criminal justice and a PhD in psychology.
Your Honor, now at this time, may we establish that this witness is an expert in their field?
Okay, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
No? All right, so tendered. Congratulations, Dr. Felder. You are now an expert witness in criminal profiling.
How can profiling help an investigation?
Well, criminal profiling helps like, for example, police officers narrow down their suspects and helps them safe when they're arresting violent criminals.
So, what profiler would fit this crime?
Well, for this crime, it is an act of arson, but more specifically a revenge arson.
What are the characteristics of a revenge arsonist?
Well, typically revenge arsonists have like a low IQ, and they also have a history of minor violence.
Does Todd Larkin fit the profile of a revenge arsonist?
Yeah.
Does Alex Buckley fit the profile of a revenge arsonist?
Well, some parts yes, but mostly no. And Todd Larkin fits this revenge arsonist profile more.
Now I'll talk to you about the vehicle reported to be the scene of the crime. What vehicle was reported by Carly Walsh to be at the scene of the crime?
It was a dark SUV.
Does Todd Larkin have access to a dark SUV?
Yes, he does.
Was the dark SUV seen at the scene of the crime shortly after?
Yes, it was.
Does Alex Buckley have a car?
Alex Buckley does not own a car.
So it could be possible that Todd Larkin set the fire and drove off in the car.
Yes, it is very possible.
Rule 701 speculation. We don't know for sure that the black SUV is Todd Larkin's.
Did this witness, I'm asking because I don't remember, did this witness definitively say that the black SUV was Todd Larkin's?
No, she said that Todd Larkin had access to a black SUV.
And then the witness's testimony that you're objecting to specifically, Sarah, is what?
Speculation that it was Todd Larkin's SUV.
Okay, this witness said definitively that it was Todd Larkin's SUV? Did you hear them say? I'm asking. I don't remember.
But the attorney was in the
Okay. Alright, here's how we're gonna deal with it. I don't remember the exact testimony, and since we don't have a stenographer, I can't read back the record. Jury, you were instructed to understand the testimony as such. Any testimony that says definitively that Todd Larkin owned the SUV at the scene of the crime, you will disregard. You are allowed to hear the evidence that a dark SUV was found at the scene of the crime, and you are allowed to hear the evidence that Todd Larkin had access to a dark SUV. Anything beyond that, you will disregard. All right, so the objection is overruled and sustained in part.
That's all.
All right. Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you please state your name to the jury?
My name is Kennedy Felder.
What is your occupation?
I'm a criminal profiler.
What education did you receive to get this title?
I have a BA in criminal justice and a PhD in psychology.
What is your relationship to the defendant?
I do not have a relationship to the defendant. But I was paid. Let me rephrase that. I was asked by the defense to investigate on this.
Okay. Why are you here today?
I'm here to prove that Alex Buckley is innocent.
I'm going to ask you some questions about how much you were paid to work on this case.
Okay.
You were paid $500 per hour, correct?
Yes.
You worked on this case for a total of 45 hours, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
You also received an additional $5,000 to cover your time and expenses, correct?
Yes, but only if I testify.
Do you receive this large amount of money when you're on the prosecution side?
No, I do not.
So you only get this large amount of money when you're on the defense, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some questions about the defendant, Alex Buckley, and revenge arsonist. You believe this case is revenge arson, correct?
Yes.
Revenge arsonists typically come from a lower to lower middle class household, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Alex comes from a low class household, correct?
Yes.
Revenge arsonists typically view the victim as having hurt or cheated them, correct?
Yes.
The victim, Carly Walsh, was in Alex's way of achieving the Williamson Scholarship, correct? Arson typically serves as a way to vengefully harm the victim that hurt or cheated them, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
No further questions.
All right. Any redirect on this witness?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Felder, you are excused with the court's thanks. Or sorry, Dr. Felder, you are excused with the court's thanks. Defense, any further witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the defense has rested their case in chief. We will take a 5-minute break. If you need to use the bathroom, go right now. I swear if any of you goblins ask me 2 minutes into the break, I'm gonna say no. Yeah.